Hi, this is John Mellencamp.
Hey, what's up? This is Ryan from Drowning Pool.
Hi, this is Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Yeah, this is Cocaine Steve from Cocaine Steve and the Queefs, and you're listening to the Whisp Turlington Show.
Whisp Turlington, Geoff the Angry Man Garlock, Art Spar. If you hear these names, you know you're listening to the Whisp Turlington Show, only on 108.9 The Hawk. If you hear these names, you know that you're only listening to the Whisp Turlington Show. Ha ha ha.
That's a lot like car number 10 right there, almost. Welcome back, my friends. Whisp Turlington is here again.
Welcome back, my friends, to a show that never did end.
It never truly ended if you think about it now. If you really do put it together. It never ended
when you think about it now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, the one, the only, the truly Whisp Turlington. How the hell are you, Valverde? 602. Get that ass up because, listen up, the car wash factory ain't gonna run itself. You're gonna have to get over to the Valverde car wash factory and you gotta build those goddamn car washes. Don't be late again for work this morning. Do not be late again for work this morning, slobs.
Valverde is built on two things. A rich, illustrious car wash factory, building factory.
Yep.
And, of course, classic rock. These are two things that we run on.
Two things. Number one, our rich, illustrious car wash factory traditions here that we hold
Other
dearly.
Towns run on Dunkin'.
Oh, I'd love to see this town
We run on car wash
run
factories.
These slobs in Valverde, imagine them running on Dunkin'. We would get nothing done.
We would get nothing done. They just
We'd
be
get
like,
nothing
give me
done.
one more glaze. Give me one more glaze. Give me one more glaze.
Give me one more glaze. Give me one more glaze a minute. Give me glazes all the time. The new track from Leonard Skinner, just a preview. We will be playing that later. Now, the nice thing about this, Geoff, this track from Leonard Skinner, I was in the studio while they were cutting it.
You were?
And I was in the studio, Geoff, and I was like, wait a second. I don't see anyone originally from Leonard Skinner here.
At this point, nope, not at all.
I didn't even see the plane captain.
Oh, he wasn't there. Oh, he was
wasn't
probably
there.
just...
He usually's there. He's just like, I
just-
don't want to
just-
fly this one.
I think he engineered this one. He's just
did.
playing the cans. He's just twisting the knobs. You know, you
That's
got to
what
make
Sully
sure.
Sullenberger does now. He's a very famous record producer.
Wonderful record producer.
Doing the new Jonas Brothers album.
Doing the new Jonas Brothers. He's giving Rick Rubin a run for his money. And you know, and I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna read Sully's book about the creative act. I'll say it right now.
Oh,
I don't
my
want to get
God.
off on a Jeff the Angry Man Garlock rant, but I'll do one at
you know
6:03 in the AM.
Get off on it. Get off on it. Now, Scotty, where doesn't he have a sound for? It's been so long.
You've been here the whole time because you were, of course, wearing a mask. And you were Jason Gore this whole time, of course.
Are we getting to that, Scotty? Are we going to get to that? Can you play my Get to That Bed?
You got to get to it, and then we'll do the rant that I'm already forgetting, but I'm sure I'll still
I don't even know
rant
what
it.
the rant was anymore. But I will say this. Here's what happened. Okay? First off, everybody...
By the way, those are two of Wisp's autobiographies. His newest one's coming out. I will say this, and here's what happened.
I will say this.
I believe Alec Baldwin might be suing you for Here's What Happens.
Well,
because it's close to something. But he read the audiobook?
He read it.
He just read it.
He's like...
Was I just reading? Was I just listening to a podcast that's just him reading it me?
Scotty, can you play a clip from Here's What Happened, read by Alec Baldwin? It was me, Styx, and Tommy Shaw said, "Hey, Wisp, why don't you hand me those condoms?" Doesn't that sound like me? But that's Alec Baldwin.
It's off-putting. It is off-putting because I don't know who I'm talking to when I'm listening to it. And then I realize I'm not talking to anyone because I'm listening to an audiobook of Here's What Happened.
Just as off-putting as
about?
Tommy Shaw asking you for condoms.
That's just a day-to-day when you're hanging out with Mr. Shaw, by the way.
The condoms are there. Will you hand them to me? Put them in my hand. A condom renegade who came to play with condoms in his hand.
And just like Styx, I'm not sure I like hanging out with Tommy Shaw because he's always he's always telling you where the condoms are.
He's like, over there. Yeah.
I mean, these are the questions we throw out here now that Wisp is back. Who do you like better? Dealing with Styx or dealing with Tommy Shaw telling you where the condoms are? These are just the questions we throw out to Valverde.
Easy.
It's gotta be listening to
So
Styx.
Here's what happened, guys. Here's what happened. We'll get my story and then we'll get yours and then we have a very, very famous guest. Not as famous as me.
No.
But someone who he's big time. You could almost say he's little time, if you know what I mean.
Could I say that?
There's a hint. You could say that.
Will I say that to him, to his face when he gets here?
Don't.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If you bring up little time,
oh boy,
he's going to go off on a tangent about his thoughts on, is this a simulation? Because he refers to that as little time.
That is little time. It's also
little time. We're living in little time.
We're just living in little time. That's also another hint. That's what he calls it when he covers Grand Funk Railroad.
That is.
He just calls it little time.
Little time.
Little time. That's another hint.
Story.
We're just throwing out hints.
All right.
But here's what happened. Give us the here's what happened.
I got a handful of hints here, and I'm making it rain hints right now.
Man.
Like flap, 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 flap,
Flip,
flap,
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 flip, flap, flap, flap. Because that's what you do when you make it rain. You have to make sure you make the noises.
If you're making it rain anything, you got to make the noise while you're doing it. You're going, flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap, hey.
Flip, flap.
And then if you add a hey in there, they're like, whoa, am I listening to a Tom Petty song?
Oh, my God. I'm always thinking I'm listening to a Tom Petty song when someone says, hey.
I love just getting into, like, you're just leaning into a Mike Campbell solo, and you're like, oh, I'm feeling this, and all of a sudden, hey! And you jolted out of it, and you're like, oh.
And you know that it's just Tom Petty saying, can we wrap this puppy up?
Can we wrap it up, guys?
Can we get back to the beautiful voice?
Vocal sign to Mike Campbell from the Heartbreakers saying, please just fucking wrap it up.
My God, and they left it in.
Okay,
they leave
so
it in.
Speaking of wrapping it up, I should start my story so I then can wrap it up. So you guys did a whole thing on Petroleum Joe's. I listened to that show. It was really great. And Jason, I run into him at a Ross Dress for Less.
Oh, of course, where you get even less off of the less.
Yes, it's like
That's
they
their
take
motto.
all the less that they don't like in the other stores.
Like when people go to Ross Dress for Less and they're like, little spency for my blood.
Or like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this price and see, which is something I never do.
No.
I never have to do it.
You never have to. And me, I'm always watching the price.
You're always watching the price. Also, I should say, nice digs, Geoff. We're in the rock and roll RV.
I appreciate it.
Because somebody blew up the radio station. Another hint on that. Just
That's true. Someone also blew up my bathroom. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flip. Just another hint of what I've got going on in the studio here.
That was the guest coming in here in just a second. So you guys do that whole show, and I see Jason at a Ross Dress for Less. And I walk up to him, and I said, Jason, and he screams. I have never seen Jason jump quite like this, and he jumps right up
like a Jackrabbit Slim, just right in the air.
I was like, whoa, Jackrabbit Slim.
And like Tom Petty saw him jump and he goes, hey! And I was like, oh.
Well, Tom Petty did the voice for Jackrabbit Slim, everyone's favorite children's cartoon, every
Based on
Saturday
Pulp Fiction.
morning.
Just a fantastic cartoon.
Every Saturday morning on Channel 8, we're your home for cartoon shit. So I run into him, I'm like, and he jumps, and I'm like, whoa. And he's like, I sprained my ankle, Wisp. And I said, there's only one thing that's going to fix that. And he comes back to Turlington Manor. We're drinking cognacs. We're popping them back.
Of
1,
course.
2, 3,
Of course.
4, 5,
Lots of cognacs.
6. And then
we know it's a lot of cognacs.
It's a lot of cognacs. And then I say, hey, you know I didn't bomb that thing, right? He's like, I don't know, man. He's just drooling. And his ADD is everywhere. Like, he's like, whoa.
Squirrels left and right. Just
left and right. Just, whoa.
God forbid some tinfoil rolls by.
And we made up, and he was totally cool. But, he was too fucked up to move. And it was already time for this show to start, so I came in here. And, of course, we got all the costumes in the back. Like, we can literally look like any of us at any time.
We've never told anyone that we always have costumes prepared to look like one of the other DJs.
Yes.
Just in case, even though this is an audio medium.
Right.
Because you need to dress the part if you're going to do the voice. These are just classic rock rules.
There's a camera on somewhere. That's the society we live in now,
I'm sure there's a
Geoff.
webcam somewhere. That is the society we live in.
I'd be like, dear Mr. Government, this sounds like my favorite. I'm just basically reading the lyrics to my favorite Bob Dylan song, Dear Mr. Government. I know there's a camera somewhere.
My God.
And so I put on the Jason suit, and I sat down, and I did all his little things
hand
he
motions.
says, the low self-esteem.
Oh my God.
I did that with Big Scotty, and that's what happened. I'm here. But I'll tell you the
happened.
story about why I didn't bomb the station and who I think did. But first, ladies and gentlemen, coming into the studio right now, the one and only, sometimes, well, when I first met him, he was known as Miami Steve. Oh. And now he just goes by Little Steven Van Zandt. Welcome to the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk.
How you doing there? How you guys doing? All right?
We're doing
fantastic.
That's the thing. I slip into the accent as soon as I hear you. I'm like, I'm doing pretty good over here.
It's hard. It's hard not to do it.
It's really hard. It's really hard. Little Steven, welcome to the Rock and Roll RV. Welcome back to Valverde. It's good to have you here.
Hey, I'm always happy to be back in Valverde, and that's right. I used to go by many names. I went by Miami Steve, of course, and that was a long time ago. But I guess everyone has a look. Everyone has a name and everyone has a look, and mine happened to be centered around Miami at the time. I wore big flashy white suits and a big floppy white hat, and I said,
the hat.
And it was a good look. I'm gonna say
it was a really good look. That was. I dare I say
Michael
sexy.
Mann saw that look and said, "Excuse me, baking powder. Let me have some more."
Michael Mann saw that look and he was like, "That's the look for everyone in every one of my movies from now until the end of time."
Get Jan Hammer on the phone because I have a vibe.
Oh, hey, Jan, it's me, Michael Mann. I got a good vibe going on. You in?
Yes. White was the look in early '80s, late '70s Miami, and let's just say that there was plenty of white going around.
I know what you mean. He means to the listener, dear listener,
ice cream,
cocaine,
right?
Powdered sugar.
Oh, cocaine, powdered sugar.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, those were the man. I would go down to Miami, and it'd be me, Miami Steve, Steven Stills,
of course,
and two of the Bee Gees. I can't even remember.
I don't remember which ones either.
I don't even remember. I know it wasn't Barry. I know it wasn't Barry. So that really
let me take a guess. Was one of them drawing little penises on everything?
Yes. Yes.
That was Robin. Robin Gibb was there with you.
Okay. Yeah. Really good art. Very, very nice.
Beautiful.
They could knock back some Zeppelis, these guys. Let me tell you.
Oh my God. They could.
If you're in New Orleans, watch out with two of the members of the Bee Gees.
You're gonna go
they
over
will pack an artery with Zeppelis.
Oh my God, they'll go over to Le Cafe du Monde and kick back some of them beignets too.
My God,
those boys, anything yeasty, fried, and sugary, those guys are just gonna slurp them right down.
Whenever I'm in New York City, I'm hoping that it's the San Gennaro Festival, and I'm just hoping. And I know the only way I know it's the San Gennaro Festival,
the two Bee Gees that are dead.
Two Bee Gees are there,
you're gonna run
slurping
into those
them
guys.
down.
Oh, but that's the thing. They do show up in ghost form.
Uh-huh.
At any
rest in power
street fair.
And Barry doesn't. He doesn't need to show up in ghost
Barry
form.
knows that they're there, and he's like, I can't see them like this.
I can't see them like this. I have to write 500 songs in one day.
Yeah, I can't see them like this. And you see them and you look and they stop and they look at you. It's like that moment in Ghostbusters where you're down in the basement and the teacher just looks at you. No, not the blowjob scene.
Okay.
Not the Dan Aykroyd blowjob scene. That is the best scene in the movie.
That's
I'm
the
talking
best
about
one.
the second best scene.
If you've got a child, make sure you're showing them that scene and hey, I thought this was a kid's movie.
You want to see something fun about ghosts? Oh, well, this is one of them getting blown by a specter. Have you ever been blown by a specter, Little Steven?
A lot of things happen in our subconscious, and if you take a look at my book, Unrequited Infatuations,
yes,
memoir,
very good book, loved it.
A memoir, Steven Van Zandt, was still on sale, by the way.
Yeah,
and all books of thousands.
I recount many instances of paranormal activity. And these things they pass whether we realize they're happening or not. They happen. And I also mentioned in my book that much of my life story was the inspiration to the film Ghostbusters and many other blockbuster hits. Yeah,
I must have skipped that part.
Skip that part. That's what I do with books sometimes, and I hate to admit it. But I'm just
we're friends here. Let us admit it.
Let's just throw it out. Chapter 1. Okay, that was good. I'm going to go right to chapter 8.
Yeah. Kind of like Billy Crystal and When Harry Met Sally. you know?
Oh, where he reads
but
the
more
final
that you just
page.
get bored. Instead of that, he's worried he's going to
Or was
die.
it the one where they were singing Oklahoma in a
Oh, maybe I was
image?
thinking Billy Crystal and City Slickers. He's always skipping chapters in
100%.
books.
Yep, he does the same bit in every movie.
I mean, he's only 31 in that movie, so I mean, you know, he's a child basically. He's
That's
just a child.
crazy, man.
That is crazy.
Almost as
man.
crazy as your paranormal sex activities. It's just incredible.
The thing about my life is, and I think I've talked about this with you guys before. The stage is a sanctuary.
The stage is a sanctuary.
Yes.
And I consider this a stage too. The radio, not the rock and roll RV. This is
This is my home.
The studio
watch
is
your
a
words.
sanctuary.
Big Lots.
Okay.
Studio is a sanctuary. The stage is a sanctuary. The baseball diamond is a sanctuary. Honestly.
Wow. Go assholes. Go Valverde assholes.
Valverde assholes.
That season is starting up next week. We're very excited to get some good old-fashioned asshole action in Valverde.
527 asshole games this
Do
season.
you guys have like a company softball team or anything like that?
There is a Poseidon Radio that we are some kind of put together. I don't quite understand. We are kind of a part of them, and they're kind of a part of us. They do have a softball team.
It's more of a pickleball team, though.
It is pickleball, but played as softball.
Yeah, so, which is going to be the newest craze, pickleball as softball.
Soft pickleball.
We call that soft pickleball.
You know that line in Glory Days where Bruce is like...
wait, let me guess. Is it the one where you go, all right.
No, it's one of his lines.
Yeah.
All right.
Not my
right.
line. No,
Oh, wait,
his
can
line.
I guess one more? Is it the part where you have your back up against every member of the band?
Yeah, is it that line?
Is it that line?
That line where you're not saying anything, but your back's up against every single member in the band, and you just won't stop.
Is that the line in Glory Days
Is
you're
that
about
the
to
line in
reference?
Glory Days that you're referring to, Little Steven?
The line is, throw that speedball, man. Make you look like a fool. He was thinking about me.
Wait, okay, so now you're saying you have a very good speedball, Little Steven Van Zandt.
Most people call it a fastball, but it's actually in where we grew up. We called it a speedball, and I threw it pretty fast. So, if you got this company softball team, I'm just saying, let me know.
I will let you know.
I
You'll be our
gotta
ringer.
say, by the way, there is nothing I love more than hearing about what things were called when someone was growing up. Mm-hmm. Whether it be from Stevie Van Zandt or whether it be from the Ramones. I just love to hear about all the stick balls and the speed balls. It's fantastic.
I got a lot of that stuff. I know that I used to call, I think we already established this, but I used to call cocaine powdered sugar.
No, we did establish that.
Yeah. So that was
establish that.
That's one example, basically.
All right, that's all well and good, Little Steven. We do have to do traffic real quick, and I have to say...
108.9 The Hawk Traffic with Art Spart.
Well, Art Spart is out today, but we are very lucky to have his traffic fill-in, who's been here before. Ladies and gentlemen, Creef Dungle.
Creef Dungle here with 108.9 The Hawk Traffic. We, of course, got a bunch of cars down on the Route 1. We got a bunch of cars around Route 2. We got a bunch of cars down on Route 3, but they have all crashed into each other. Now, would I say that you shouldn't drive there? No. Trust the people who are going to come and fix it. Trust the people who are going to be there to pull the cars out, bring the jaws of life. Did I create this traffic problem? I don't know. I mean, I have not done traffic in quite a while, but I did jump at the opportunity to come back. I've been hanging out in Boca Raton for a little while. I've been thinking about an early retirement, but now I believe it is time for me to be reading traffic now that I see that Art is about ready to step down from the throne. I don't know what he was doing today. I don't know if he was doing some cryptozoology, or maybe he's just sitting on the pooper, if you know what I mean. And do you know what I mean? I mean that there is traffic. Now, again, I did not create it. I'm just going to say that right now. This was not me. I am not the one behind this. Do not think that I am trying to manipulate because I realize that I got into retirement way too early, that I should not have been sitting in Boca Raton like I have been doing all this time. So let's just leave it as you can get out there, but watch out for it. Was that good? Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, God, you're throwing me off. birch funeral flowers and all that. Oh, there goes my audition. God damn it.
With birds, funeral flowers. With birds, funeral flowers. All right. Well, we'll talk to our friend Little Steven a little bit more. But here's the boss on 108.9 The Hawk.
Are you in an active rock band made up of primarily dudes in their late 40s to early 50s? And you want everyone to know, hey, we definitely have unclear and questionable politics. Then you're probably going to need some promo photos, so come on down to the Promo Hut. We're that little kiosk that's located down in the Valverde Memorial Mall, right in between the Spencer's Gifts and the Hot Topic, across from the shut-down Chuck E. Cheese. And this week we've got our active rock package. That's right, active rock. The genre that's just a little bit harder than post-grunge, but still can be played on the radio and is a little bit lighter than nu metal. And here at the Promo Hut, we can guide you to the best promo photos to let everyone know that you're no one to be messed with. Choose from our wide selection of outfits, like tight-fitting shirts from Affliction, or tight-fitting shirts with a weird American flag on them that you're not sure what the cause is. Or tight-fitting shirts that say 1776 and maybe have a Don't Tread on Me on the shoulder. But there's definitely a cross gun and you know you don't want to mess with you because you also have a backwards hat. Not to mention plugs in your ears and you look like you just dropped your grandkid off from school. And we'll make sure that we Photoshop all of your promo photos so they look exactly how you want them. 5 separate photos of 5 dudes, clearly photoshopped so they're layered on top of each other. Most of you are wearing sunglasses and the lights are reflecting in it. Except for your singer, who of course is wearing a plague mask with a Punisher skull on the side. That's also a Blue Lives Matter flag. And we'll oversaturate the hell out of that development so it looks borderline terrible, just the way you want it. So come on down to the Promo Hut. And remember, this week only 50% off if your band has any member that was in Trapped.
Not only do we rock you all day long on 108.9 The Hawk in the Greater Valley area, you can hear the damn Hawk wherever you go. Just search 108.9 The Hawk wherever you find those podcasts. Seriously, wherever you find them. Those podcasts could be in a hole in the ground, could be off a trail over by the outer lands, or maybe those podcasts are hiding in the tip jar of Cherry Guys, Valverde's 9th favorite Warrant tribute band. Hey dude, get your hand out of the f***ing tip jar. And when you do find them, let me know because I've been looking all over. We're podcast choice for classic rock. 108.9 The Hawk. The Lake Verde Fall Concert Series is back.
All of your favorite concerts on a lake where the mosquitoes are biting.
And the lake couldn't be colder. You know it's fall when you're standing next to the cold, cold lake.
Who wants to watch a concert in the summer when you're sweating? You want to be freezing in the fall and outside.
With all your favorite vendors, like the hot wine guy,
the cold beer guy that sells it hot,
the lukewarm cheesemonger,
Freddie, the man who makes his own licorice,
the snow cone man,
the shock vendor,
ooh, don't get shocked,
and the cast of the movie Shocker.
Not to mention the bands,
Skunt Brothers, Taproot,
Colonel Fantastics,
Sergeant Applebottom's Bottom Band,
Three Fingers Where,
Gimme 4 Steps, the Four Tops Tribute Band,
Carly Simon and Garfunkel and Oates,
Carly Rae Jagoff,
Mick Jagoff,
the Jagoff 5,
Richie Jagoff Solo,
the Sambora Clan, Dave the Snake Scabo, playing all of your favorite Skid Row tunes on slide guitar,
The Ghost, and more. All beside the very, very cold Lake Verde.
If you want to rock, you gotta freeze your balls off.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
What did you think I was saying?
Well, it rhymes with rock.
No, your balls.
Oh, so the other part's gonna be okay?
Totally warm and totally flaccid.
That's what I like about the Lake Verde Fall Concert Series.
Speaking of which, totally warm and totally flaccid will be playing.
And check out these bands.
Mozzarella Surprise,
Heart McStarter and the Fart Cart.
Don't dangle my bangle.
Notes. All you give me are fucking notes.
The Marshall Tucker Crayons,
Sizzle Chest Johnston Company,
Chucky Pizza,
The Illegitimate Sons,
The Legitimate Sons,
My Dumbass Brother,
My Dumbass Uncle,
Coke Pizza Party,
and Darius Rucker.
and don't forget the Joe Perry Band headlining every night.
JPB every night.
The Lake Verde Fall Concert Series. Tickets available at any location of Tickets.
Make sure to bring your D.
Cause these bugs are a harming children. Parents, not so much. Children, they will carry them away. Carry them away. Carry them away. Carry them away. Local authorities will try to locate them, but they won't be able to because we haven't been able to find the mosquito nests.
At the Valverde Lake Concert Series.
Valverde Lake Concert Series. We'll see you there. Drums, down. Get up. Get down. Oh, Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk, and I gotta say, it feels so good to be back in this seat. Well, I mean, maybe not in this RV. Definitely not in this RV, but the chair somehow made it.
It is nice that
That's
the
a
chair
weird
made
thing.
it.
Are you serious? Scotty drugged the chair out
Scotty.
as that other Wisp.
My God.
I'm just gonna say it. The rock doll Wisp
The Rock Doll Wisp.
was droning. Because here's the thing. This is how I figured it out. I was talking to Keith Tallons,
Of course.
maker of Rock Dolls, Hog Street. If you need a lightly to slightly used sex doll that has been updated to look like some of your favorite rockers, Rock Dolls is it, down on Hog Street. Oh my God, the damn Yankees that they just put out this week. Speaking of Tommy Shaw,
My God.
you can get the Tommy Shaw damn
Yes.
Yankees, the Ted Nugent damn Yankees,
Wearing those Brian Bosworth sunglasses.
the guy from Night Ranger damn Yankees,
And you gotta order it as the guy from Night Ranger. He's not gonna
and
don't
then
learn
the
his name.
fourth damn Yankee. I have no idea. All I remember was Night Ranger guy,
Night Ranger guy.
Tommy Shaw from Styx, and that
TS.
piece of shit Ted Nugent.
The worst person in the
That's
world
all I
besides
remember.
Eric Clapton.
But I was talking to him, and he was telling me about this new program that he put in, and he tried it with the Wisp version.
Really?
So it is completely sentient, AI powered, same voice. And do you know what? You know what else is also my voice powered?
Drones.
My drones.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. And that's how he gets damn control.
Well, you gotta
over
watch
them.
out for
And
technology.
so I see the drones going, and I'm like, drones recall, and then they come back, and then he gives them another, and then they go.
Of course.
It's a real fight, and then I just I give up.
You gotta give up.
I'm not going to do this, but had I known it was going to blow up 108.9 The Hawk, I might not have given up.
Might not have.
Might not have given up.
Speaking of not giving up,
Little Steven.
Little Steven.
Hey, how these guys doing over here?
So, Little Steven, you're here to announce something. You got two big things happening right now, and you're going to announce them right here on the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk, 618 Valverde. So what do you got for us?
Well, first of all, I mean, lilsteven.com/music is alive and well. You can go there and check out Rock and Roll Rebel. Of course, this is not what I'm here to promote, but the Early Work City box set. That's a 13-disc set, which includes this Rock and Roll Hall of Famer's solo records between 1982 and 1999.
Oh, yeah.
The good stuff.
It's really good. I self-produced it and self-released it, and I'm hoping to make some money back on that. So if you could help me out.
If you feel like
also-
you can back it, then it must be good. If you feel strong enough about these solo records to self-produce and self-put it out, I mean,
If you can back it, that's all you need to know. That is a real old brand of approval. Like you
And
just
we got the book,
you saw my belly and you just went, "Tss," and I'm like, it's so good. I'm branded.
Don't forget the book, Unrequited
Of course.
Infatuations,
Oh, of course.
my memoir.
I'm gonna be reading those chapters that Whisp skipped over, so I can find out
Chapters
about
2
Ghostbusters.
through 7.
2 through 7.
You got to find out. That's just
And of
about
course-
Ghostbusters. The Sclarelli Brothers.
Summer of Thor 3. Don't forget about Summer of Thor 3 with my latest album with the remade Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul.
It's a fantastic record. Your tribute to the Summer of Sam and to that serial killer. It's just a fantastic New York rock record.
Tracks 1 and 16 are excellent.
Yes.
It's an unforgettable summer. Let's not forget. Never forget.
Never forget.
Hold on. We're going to take a second to never forget.
Hold on.
Okay. So announcement time. Drums.
So what I'm really here is for a couple of reasons. As you know, both you boys know this. I'm a DJ, baby.
We know this. That's why
My
you're
number
here.
one passion in life, I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
For a man with so many passions, it's shocking that the number one passion is you being a DJ. Because you truly are the ultimate multi-hyphenate. That's where the dictionary, you look up multi-hyphenate, it's just a picture of Little Stevie.
It's a picture of me, depending on what dictionary you buy, but I'm working on that as we speak. And this is huge because, as we know, I have my own syndicated radio show, Little Steven's Underground Garage.
Oh my God, so good. So much trogs.
And it's a channel on Sirius XM as well.
My own Sirius channel.
It is serious. It's serious rock.
Network.
Of course.
But
which I've never been asked to DJ on, Little Steven. I'm just going to throw that out there. Little shameful. Little
we're working on it. But let me tell you right now. I'm here to tell you guys there's one market I haven't been able to crack.
What could that be?
And that's why, starting next week, you'll be hearing the brand new program, Little Steven's Detached Garage, coming to the Hawk, 108.9 FM, baby.
Oh my God.
Little Steven's Detached Garage, coming right here to 108.9 The Hawk.
Wow.
Rejoice, hallelujah, the angels are singing.
I made it, baby.
You finally.
This is what you've been working for.
This is what the Beatles would refer to as the toppermost of the poppermost.
Yes.
And I'm so excited, let me tell you. I'm
me
just
too.
so excited. It's going to be,
What kind of music, Little Steven, can we expect on the Detached Garage?
well, you know how the Underground Garage is kind of like
Underground.
all the little nuggets, kind of like
Of course.
that
of
originally
course, yeah.
like Lenny K correlated and recomposed of in a nature that was all in a compilation of a symbol.
What's his
and
official
reassemble-
title? Lenny K, the correlating and
Correlating.
He likes to be a correlator.
He's the
first.
correlator, is
That's
what
the
they
thing
call
that
him.
Lenny K
That's
says.
what
He's
Patty
like,
always
"So
called
what do
him. Was
you
like
do?"
correlator.
My
Can we just play
correlator
horses?
friend.
He was her consigliere AG.
Oh, yes, he was. Consigliere.
Yes. And the New York
Geoff, you're my
Underground punk
consigliere.
rock mafia. Lenny K was a consigliere.
And I kind of was one too.
Of
But
course.
that's another story.
We're not saying. Everybody knows that. We don't have to
Everyone knows
say
that.
it. You were basically two.
I
You
was
were
two.
Silvio Dante, and then you were also
consigliere AG, and I
Bruce's.
was also Bruce's. That's right.
yes,
Bruce's,
yes.
But who's my consigliere AG? Who's mine?
I mean, this is a good question.
This
Probably
is a
the
real
singer of the
tournament.
Trogs, if I'm guessing. But I could be wrong on that.
Maybe someone in the Woggles. You play the Woggles.
Probably
a
someone
lot.
in the Woggles.
Well, speaking of
He's
Woggle,
the drummer from the Woggles.
so you know how those were like the nuggets?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, my program, Detached Garage, is gonna focus on the pebbles, if you can believe it.
What is a pebble? So we know what a nugget is to Lenny K, but what's a pebble
So a
to
pebble-
Little Steven Van Zandt?
A pebble is a lot of things. A pebble is a child on the Flintstones.
Yes.
A pebble is also ethereal from the Flintstones franchise.
Child in a cereal.
A pebble is something that you throw into a lake if it's flat and you're hoping that it skips.
Of course.
Always nice.
Always
A
nice.
pebble is a lot of things. But in the metaphorical situation here, the pebble, it's like what came before the nugget. So my show is going to play a lot of like the Crickets, and a lot of like, other bands like the Crickets. Like,
of course. So would this be like proto garage? Like even before rock? This is what rock did before rock was rock, but now the rock that became the rock we know.
The nugget. So it's the pebble that just keeps on rock and rolling.
Right.
Until it's the size of a nugget.
Like the Crickets.
Yeah. I'm going to play
bands like the Crickets.
The Crickets would be really good on it.
Instead of like Jerry and the Pacemakers, it's just going to be
Jerry and pre-pacemakers. Just the pacemaker. Oh, interesting.
Just the pacemaker. Yeah.
Just the pacemakers, no singers. Just the pacemakers.
Instead of Bill Haley and the Comets, it's going to be the Comets. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like where this is going.
Bill Haley. You're just going to AI remove them.
Yeah, pretty much. There's going to be a lot of, it's a very pro-AI program, and eventually network. That's my
so
goal.
In order to go backwards, you go forwards. You embrace the AI technology to go to proto rock and rollo.
Yeah, I mean,
proto rock and rollo. Another great song from Styx in their weird robot phase.
Will you be playing any Styx songs?
The best phase by Styx.
Oh yes.
I'm going to dig into their catalog, see if we could find some of their early pre-garage material. And if
they were known as Tree.
If it classifies, if they have anything that's close to Tree, they're on the Pebbles show. The Detached Garage.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Little Stevie, but in the Detached Garage, you're only playing proto demos as well. Like these are not actual recorded songs. These are like hardly recorded on a one track. Sort of just like really
one
raw.
Track, really raw, barely listenable, and it's been hard to get sponsors actually, but we're working on that too.
Oh, I would sponsor that. By the way, are we good? Are we okay? Greg Lemon Sour is excited to finally be hearing the roots of rock and roll. This is what 9/10 of my 45 collection is all about. Totally unlistenable private press records of proto pacemaker music, and I also have a 45 that is unlistenable of Pebbles from the Flintstones with Bam Bam playing in their rock and roll band. Will you be playing that, and or do you need to borrow that from Greg Lemon Sour?
That's right. I mean, you won't hear Beatles on this show. You might hear some Quarrymen.
Oh, I'm listening.
You might hear some Pete Best.
Love that.
I don't know.
Pete Best does
solo
the new
records.
Beatles. He does the Beatles show on Sunday on the Honk.
It's just one track Pete sent me of him playing drums, setting up in the Cavern Club pre-1960. He was a kid, and they were building the Cavern Club around him, and he was just checking one drum by himself.
We do have a clip of that. Let's go ahead and play that right now. Oh, on this, gonna put on the bass drum. It's really good.
That's very good.
That's a pebble, and that was what you'll hear on the Detached Garage. The garage isn't a part of the house on this show. It's detached. It's a little bit away from the house, and you got to kind of work for it if you want.
Because everyone's kind of annoyed, so they're like, "Don't be the little ADU attached to the house. We want you a little bit detached there. If you're going to be doing, instead of Breakfast with the Beatles, Breakfast with the Best, and it's going to be just Pete Best demos, that you're going to want to be in that detached garage."
And that's a breakfast I would want to attend.
Of course.
And,
it's a breakfast I would enjoy eating.
Oh, wow.
Eventually, guys, we may even be, if the Detached Garage is successful enough, we may just move onward to Little Steve's carport. We could do a,
if you're in the carport, you could go into the future, but retro. Maybe you could only play Metallica songs with Ron McGovney playing bass.
Oh my God!
Just like when it was real
Mickey
Metallica.
Mac would love that. That was when it was Metallica.
That's when it's just Mustaine's looking outside of the door, going, "Where's my little Dutch friend?"
When I see Robert Trujillo, I say, "Where's Ron McGovern?" And he does not laugh.
I say, "Creepy crawl out of here, Trujillo."
I say, "Where's Cliff Burton?" He does not laugh. I say, "Where's Jason fucking Newsted?" And then he just tries to sock me, but I move.
And then Jason Newsted's head pops up and he's like, "Huh?" What was that?
He takes
Did someone?
Oh.
I was with Voivod. I was with Echo Brain. Who's calling my name?
Wait, my name. You say Jason Newsted 3 times and he appears.
He's just like Beetlejuice. He's the Beetlejuice of Metallica.
Now, what you got?
Didn't Jason? Didn't he used to play with? He was in a band with children, right?
Was that Flotsam and Jetsam? Was Flotsam and Jetsam a band of only children?
It was not a children band. I think it was later on in his career. He had a child band.
Interesting. Because I could swear when I listen to Flotsam and Jetsam that it sounds like a bunch of little children making that thrash music, but who knows?
We're running out of time, Little Steven, but we can't get out of here without saying how excited we are to hear about, I don't know if you can say anything about it, but the reboot of Lillehammer.
Oh, boy.
Oh, baby. I'm here to tell you everything about Lillehammer 2. Port of Call, Miami.
Oh, I mean, and if people don't remember, Lillehammer is the TV show that put Netflix on the map, where we all thought, are you kidding me? You're going to try to start streaming your own shows? And it's going to star Little Stevie as a mafia guy in Norway? And we're like, Netflix will never work. Streaming will never work.
Never work.
That's right. I went to David Chase and I said, baby, I got an idea for a Sopranos spinoff. And he looked at me, both of you guys, and he said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I said, well, what if I basically took the same character, gave him a different name, and did my own fucking thing? And he said, I don't love it, but here I am. I did it anyway because I'm Little Steve, baby.
You did it. You're Little Steven,
did it anyway.
Baby.
I made it.
And what? So where are we going to be able to watch this Lillehammer 2 Port of Call Miami?
Well, we're basically a lock, but we've actually been bouncing around network to network. I would say, hey, Netflix, remember how I took a gamble on yous? And
Take
you
a
didn't,
gamble on me's.
And you didn't remember, like when nobody gave a flying flip about you guys.
And you, of course, you're doing all these negotiations right now when there's no issues with any of the streaming. You're just out there, and they should be ready to go, right? There's nothing wrong with them.
Here's the thing. This is actually pre-strike. Netflix passed. And,
they pre-strike Netflix passed. Wow.
Yeah. So we were kind of floating on our own there. You guys know anything about floating on your own there?
Oh, I know a lot of things about floating on my own. I floated on my own. It was me, Nick Nolte.
Yes.
And the guy from Chic.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a
I
good
can't
guy.
think of his name right now.
I can't think of his name.
I also know a lot about floating on my own. That Brian Wilson solo record that was just a demo record, never got released. It's fantastic.
Floating on my own.
Charles Manson was on 3/4 of it, but it was a fantastic record.
Maybe you played on the detached. I was in that studio floating
What would you
on my
do
own.
if I told you that I had an audio recording of some of the Wilson brothers in kindergarten doing a school presentation? Because that's going to be on.
That better be a Pebble. That better be a fucking
Pebble, baby.
That's a Pebble, baby.
Is that also going to be on Lillehammer 2, Port of Call?
It's a theme.
I'm glad you asked.
That's
because Lillehammer 2, Port of Call. We're going to feature Port of Call, Miami.
Port of Call, Miami.
We're going to be featuring multiple Lilies on this season. And we're going to really lean in on the name. So we got Lily Tomlin. We got Lily Aldrin, the fictional character in CBS television series How I Met Your Mother.
Lily Collins, Phil Collins' daughter, who did a wonderful turn in that
That's
Paris
Emily
show.
Paris.
How did you know?
I was just taking a wild stab.
He's good at that.
This is going to be produced by Lily Allen, the British musician.
Oh, interesting.
She's also doing the theme with me.
And directed by Lily Wachowski?
That's right. You got the press.
Oh my God. I got the press release in front of me.
One
Little
of the Wachowski
Steven,
siblings.
it's going to be good. We're all excited about your future endeavors here.
It's going to be on the Boobly Network.
On the Boobly Network. Not the Seltzer, the network.
It's Boobly Sparkling Water minus. Yeah, it's the Boobly minus network.
But it is co-owned by Michael Bublé, just like how Ryan Reynolds co-owns everything.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Ryan Reynolds tried to co-own Boobly, but no, not this one.
We're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, Little Stevie.
We're looking forward to Skeet Ulrich in the 9 o'clock hour. But right now, my friends, it's the Faces from A Not As Good As a Wink on 108.9 The Hawk. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Byrne.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, man. I know we were running a little short on time, so I wanted to get into the interview here real quick. And because that was fantastic. And I mean, that was everything I ever wanted out of a Little Steven on 108.9, The Hawk.
Thank you, guys.
We got all the details out. Pat Byrne, of course. What would you say?
Oh, it's just good to finally be here, and
yeah, man,
love the show, and thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being here.
We love you. We love you. Of course, you know, I don't know when this will be out. This might be out the week of 24. I'm not entirely sure, but we're doing Best Show 24 again, so that may have happened in the past. But one thing I really wanted to plug with you is the new season of Meet My Friends, The Friends.
Yes,
season 5.
Season 5
out now, only available on the Best Show Patreon.
It's just one of our favorite things, and it's so super weird, and it's
yes.
And yeah, I think it's always like one of my favorite things that we do on the Best Show. So it's been off for a couple years.
There wouldn't be 108.9 The Hawk without Meet My Friends, The Friends, because I like the kind of style that we do on Meet My Friends and during the break and everything. We kind of do that a little bit. This is very inspired by Meet My Friends.
Yeah,
with classic rock.
I think that the fake ads are also one of my favorite things. So that, just doing that again with Meet My Friends and getting to create this weird world with you and Tom, and everyone should check them out. They are on the patreon.com/The Best Show.
And then they're going to be on the free feed in the beginning of October. So
1 month ahead.
But if you want it now, ad free, you go on over to the Best Show Patreon. And
that's where you get it. And then a month later, you get it, I guess, wherever you get your podcasts. But
Stitcher. Oh, you got to go right to Stitcher, Pat. And if you want any Hawk extra stuff, you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/1089 The Hawk.
But if the 24 is about to start or just started, boy, do we have a lot in store.
Pray for us.
So yeah, pray for us. But also dig into that, because it's going to be a wild time, and I'm coming out your way, so I'll be there. And Mike Lisk, also first time in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you for being here, man. And we'll definitely have you back.
Oh,
hey.
It's an honor.
If you want to give us a review, what do you do, Geoff?
Oh, you got to go to all your podcast places. Mostly, we're talking about Spotify and Apple. And you got to give them 5-star reviews. You don't got to give anything less than 5 stars. If you are, I say it all the time, reevaluate your entire life. What are you doing? Get a hobby.
Just
write 5 and write something and fucking enjoy it.
Yeah, come on.
You're paying it, but also tell your friends. Tell your loved ones.
That's our thing. That's our new call to action. It's listen, subscribe, tell your friends.
Both me and Jason have that as a back tattoo now.
LST.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
LST, baby.
LST. Honk for LST.
Honk for LST.
Yeah, that was good. It was like the truck was running into the building. I think we just heard an attack.
It's a Jersey City honk. I had to close the window because there was a landscaper also during our episode. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah. And oh my God. Well, thank you so much for being here, Pat. And thank you all for listening to 108.9 The Hawk.
Long live Little Steve.